today, rise to the eye. Yeah, we are unite.
Okay, so it's simple. We are here, a lot of students of Bauchi Polytechnic. Take it all around. Take it around. Oh. Now, it's pretty much simple. Every other truck will pass, but Dangote truck will not pass. It's simple. They have to clear all the people in the hospital and all the families that Dangote unlicensed truck drivers are put in the hospital. They will settle them, even though money cannot really bring back people to life. But these Dangote killings in Bauchi have to stop. Yes, and it stopped today. Yes, sir. No more Dangote until Dangote is ready to regulate his driver, employ drivers with license, and take care of all the families that his drivers are feed their vision. We are not blocking the road. We are only blocking Dangote trailers, and that's it. Apart from that, we are done. Now, you guys should get the fuck out of my face. All of you out of the
Hello guys, hello fellow Nigerians. Yes, the Vice President of Nigeria, Shettima, he has come out, guys, to ask us to please kindly support our brother, Mr. Dangote, one of the richest man. Not only in Nigeria, guys, one of the richest man in Africa. And we all know, guys, the problems that Dangote has been facing in Nigeria, especially when it comes to his oil trucks. We also know that this thing, very dark man, something happened. I don't know, really, I saw the video, but I don't want to say dates because I don't want to make mistakes, where youths of Nigerians were protesting, stopping all the trucks, oil trucks off. They were allowing other trucks to pass, but I think it's happened in Bauchi, but they were not allowing Ali Dangote oil trucks to pass. And what was the reason? Because this thing, we have to see it in a two ways. We don't have to judge only one side, because we all know the history of Dangote trucks in Nigeria, how a lot of people, a lot of families, a lot of innocent people have lost their precious life because of these oil trucks of Dangote. I don't want to say, or let's put it that way, maybe because of the bad road in Nigeria, especially in the around the eastern part and the southern part of Nigeria. I don't know of the northern part, because the northern part of Nigeria, they have at least some little beautiful road. And so there was a time, as I have said, a very dark man took he and the youth of Nigerians. They were so provoked because of what these trucks have been doing, the destruction has been doing to the citizens of Nigeria, and people have came out to say enough is enough. So now, because of what has been happening with Dangote, people have been against him. Nigerians, a lot of people have been against that, but we don't only look at, we don't want to say that it was wrong that the youth came out to ask Dangote to do something about his companies, his refinery, his trucks, so that these innocent people of Nigerians will stop suffering from these trucks accidents on the road, or killing people on the road, and people suffering in the hospital and nobody taking care of them. So very dark man came out to ask the whole of Nigeria, or ask Dangote, that he must pay for the people that were in the hospital injured, or those people that lost their lives. And now this Vice President of Nigeria, seeing all these things that has been happening with Dangote, he has come out to tell us why, the reason he's asking all Nigerians to support Dangote. I want us guys to kindly watch the video carefully, and then we'll come back and say something about it.
I want to dwell on something that is very dear, a topical issue that is very dear to the heart of every Nigerian. Aliko Dangote is not an individual, he's an institution. And he's a leading light in Nigeria's economic firmament. And how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us. If he had invested $10 billion in Microsoft, in Amazon, in Google, probably he might be worth $70 to $80 billion by now. But he opted to invest in his country, and we owe it to future generations to jealously protect, promote, preserve, and project the interests of this great Nigeria. I wish to call for caution, retrospection, and a deeper sense of patriotism from both the labor and the organized private sector in defining and improving the relationship between labor and industry in the interest of maintaining our steadily improving economic fortunes. It's not about holding the whole nation to ransom because of a minor labor dispute. Nigeria is greater than Pengasan. Nigeria is greater than each and every one of us. I'm not coming to you as a partisan. I'm coming to you as a patriot in search of solutions to our national challenges. I wish to re-emphasize that in the interest of improving the fortunes, the government is hereby tasking the Nigerian Economic Summit Group in taking more than a passing interest in the matter. The government will expect far-reaching recommendations from the NESG in addressing this issue, even as the government is also taking steps to protect big industry and ensuring industrial harmony for the good of the nation.
So guys, that is the words of the Vice President of Nigeria, who came out on behalf of our brother, our richest brother in Africa, Aliko Dangote. In fact, personally, my brother from the northern part of Nigeria. And before we go to watch another clips, especially which clip are we going to watch? We are going to watch that clip according to what Shettima said. We are going to also look at clips in connection with this particular speech where Dangote himself advised Nigerians to come back home and invest. But before we watch that clips, I want us guys to I want to read this again, what the Vice President was telling us. I just want to read it again. He said, Ali Dangote is not an individual, he is an institution. So, you know, Dangote is not consist of only him, it consists of a lot of other, like he's an institution, not something like, you know, not an individual, right? And he is the leading light in Nigerian's economic parliament. Dangote is not only a leading light to Nigeria, to the whole of Africa. He's one of the richest guys in Africa. And how we treat this gentleman will determine how outsiders will judge us. The way we treat him as a brother, the way we handle him. Because if you are Dangote, don't even, he's not having only his businesses like Nigeria is his base and all that, but he have also businesses from other places. So how we treat him or how we judge him, it is the way people are going to judge us as a country and as brothers and sisters. If he had invested, this is where I really like, and that is where I said I will play that video. He said if he has invested 10 billion in Microsoft, Amazon, or Google, he probably might be worth 70 to 80 billion by now, billion dollars by now. If Dangote have decided not to come back to Nigeria and invest in Nigeria, if he has invested in this foreign country, companies, he will be worth 70 to 80 billion dollars by now. But he opted to invest in his own country, right? And we owe it to future generation to jealously protect, promote, preserve, and protect the interests of this great Nigerian. For our future children, for our future great-grandchildren, we have to protect this Dangote because he is very, 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 very important to Nigeria. Guys, this is not my own opinion, but for me, it was a good speech, right? Dangote is good for Nigerians. He invested in Nigeria. I know a lot of people will be seeing that in a negative way, or how do I even put it? Because some people might say, okay, he made money for himself, for his family. What is Dangote doing for Nigerians? One, don't forget, no matter what, he has created a lot of employment for Nigerians. You see, he has saved a lot of people from unemployed, and now they have that because of that Dangote. So he is very important for Nigerian, and not only Nigeria alone, for the whole of Africa. Now, guys, this is where I said we're going to watch that clip of Dangote where he was like encouraging Nigerians to come into Nigeria and invest. And there's another clip again where he said that he really spoke good about corruption. Would I say good? Anyway, we'll come to that part. But for now, let us listen to a clip where he spoke very, very good about investing in Nigeria.
I will not have the guts of talking to anybody to come and invest in Nigeria if I am not leading. So the question that you have to even ask is that if I had invested this $25 billion in the likes of Microsoft, Tesla, Google, and co, I would have been worth $125 billion. But I'm not worth $125 billion because I choose to invest at home. I choose to make sure that I liberate my own people. It's not about money. You know, if it's about money, I would have gone the other way. But right now, I will have the guts to go and talk to anybody to come and invest in Nigeria. And by me doing this investment, you know, it will remove the fear. But building a refinery like this is, supposed to be a pride for everybody. Because we are not the only country. Angola, they've been trying for 20 years. They are still trying. Uganda, they've been trying for the last 15 years. None of them. There is no production capacity in Africa. Only 2 countries are not importing, which is, you know, Algeria and Libya. Apart from this, everybody is an importer. We cannot continue to be slaves while we export, you know, raw material, then we import products. But you can see a regulator is giving an excuse to continue to issue license for bad products just because he said that no, they don't want to create a monopoly. So how can we create a monopoly? I thought building a refinery like this is, supposed to be a pride for everybody. Because we are not the only country. Angola, they've been trying for 20 years. They are still trying. Uganda, they've been trying for the last 15 years. None of them. There is no production capacity in Africa. Only 2 countries are not importing, which is, you know, Algeria and Libya. Apart from this, everybody is an importer. We cannot continue to be slaves while we export, you know, raw material, then we import products. But you can see a regulator is giving an excuse to continue to issue license for bad products just because he said that no, they don't want to create a monopoly. So how can we create a monopoly? I thought I have much more than 12, 13 billion, you know, and I said, okay, fine, all these numbers are just written numbers. Yeah. You know, and one day I went to a bank. Yeah. You know, at that time there were no restrictions of this, and I wrote a check and cash $10 million. And I took it home. For yourself? For myself, yes. You cashed $10 million from the bank? Yes. Yes, and took it? I put it in the boot of my vehicle, and I went home, and I open it and I look at 10 million, I say that, okay, fine, now I believe I have money.
So you guys, Dangote is telling us that he will not have the guts to tell Nigerians, especially maybe those in the diaspora or Nigerians that are having that lot of money to invest. It must not be lot of money. He said he wouldn't have the guts to ask Nigerians to come into Nigeria and invest if he himself, he has not done that. So now that he has done that, he came with his money, invested in Nigeria. He has that guts to tell Nigerians to come and invest, and it's for the growth of their country. And Dangote in the other clip said that he is a very rich guy. He is very rich, but that money is just figures. But when he went to withdraw, is it 10 million, he said, dollars for himself to keep at home. And when he got that money in his boot, that was when he realized that he was a rich guy. But all the money he was having, the money was just figures, and he never believe, or not believe, he never sees it like he is a rich guy. That is humbleness. But that does not stop. I'm trying to balance this thing. The fact that yes, a lot of Nigerians have suffered because of Dangote companies and all that. We don't need to forget that. But at the end of the day, we also have to protect Dangote and all this investment he has brought into our country. The only thing is that he needs to work and make things balance because of what Nigerians has been complaining. Now let us listen to the clip he spoke about corruption.
Africa is not the only place that you have corruption. Corruption is all over the place. The only difference is that our corrupt people, when they steal the money, they take it, they fly the money out of the continent. If they continue to invest here, fine, then the economy will grow.
Guys, I agree with what he said about corruption, but despite the fact that what he said is true, it is not only in Nigeria that corruption is happening. Every country, even in the Bible, corruption happens, but in a systematic way. But Dangote is asking people that even if you are corrupt, even if you are stealing the money of Nigerians, you should invest with that money in your own country, in Nigeria. Are we supposed, anyway, at the end of the day, we are not supposed to encourage corruption in no way. Because when people are corrupted in a country, who are the people suffering? The poor. The poor people are the ones suffering. But let's look at it this way. Okay, you steal the money, right? Enjoy it or spend it in your country. Invest that money in your country. That is what Dangote is saying. It is not only Nigeria that there is corruption, but at least other countries that are being corrupted, they invest that money in their country. Guys, do you know how many billions belongs to Nigeria that is in Switzerland? You have to ask yourself. Because our corrupt leaders, they will steal the money, they will do that corruption, and they will take the money and be keeping it in the bank of another country. When they buy the money balance there, and that country, they enrich that country with the money from the poor people from Nigeria. So I understand Dangote very, very well. At least if you steal, if you want chop, may you chop out for Nigeria. If you want eat, at least eat it there and invest it there in Nigeria. That's the only thing he's trying to tell us. He is not denying the fact that Nigerian leaders are corrupt. You understand? He is not denying the fact that even maybe in his company there is corruption. But at least if you do it, invest with it in your own country. Don't do corruption and steal money, embezzle money to bring in a bank in Switzerland. Keep it there in Nigeria. So that is the end of our video. And I will tell you guys that if you are new here, please kindly subscribe and like the video. If you can share, kindly share the video as we move ahead. Thank you so much and God bless you for watching the video. Have a wonderful time and I love you all. Bye-bye.
Hey, Africa, my home, my pride. For too long, 'We've been divided. We worked their fields, we paid their toll.
They say we sold our own, but truth's been twisted. We were under chains, our voices resisted.
Our land was rich, but our people cried. Still we stand.